Hey, everybody. I'll give that a second. We had a countdown. So, something new. I want to make sure this new format works. So, we have people, as long as everybody can hear me and everything is good. This is all totally new to me. So, I don't even know where to see comments. Here we go. Now I can see comments. For whatever reason, it doesn't show me your name in the comments here. I just see people saying hello. I think with this StreamYard, you have to check it out, but I think you have to go into settings and okay Facebook to or StreamYard to show your name, because when I'm on StreamYard, all I see is Facebook user. So anyhow, I guess I won't know who's logging in, who's not, unless I go to my phone and do it. But that'll be for another day to figure out. So anyhow, I think there's something to do with that, though. You have to click on it because I can show comments. See, that's what it says, Facebook user. This is really nice. This is really nice format to use. I was practicing with it today. Me and Turbo were working with it, so I think it's going to work really well to have people on there. See, I got Hopper on there. I see his name, and I can see Jessica. So yes, I can see your name, and she says I approved it. So I guess you have to approve something, but this is a great way because right now this live stream is going right to our YouTube channel, right to our Facebook page and our group. So there I see my sister. That's awesome. Yeah, I guess yeah. Hopper says you have to give it permission. So this is something we're figuring out, and the reason we want to do this is because we have turbo time coming up. So I'm gonna get on with this, get started. Today is Juneteenth. If you guys haven't heard at all, because I'm like a hillbilly, so I didn't even know what half of that was, but I didn't understand the date. But the date came. I did a little bit of research, and I was actually kind of intrigued by it. It was that today marks the day that the last of the slaves were notified that slavery had been abolished. It took that long for word to travel to Galveston, Texas. So I did kind of get a kick out of that. That was Galveston, Texas, the last to get the word, because I think they're a little behind on the times down there. So it's kind of funny that even way back when, it took a while to get news down to Texas. But that's what today is. It is a holiday, so I did not mail anything out today. I am back in my office. This is the first time in a little bit I've been in the office, so that's happy to be back here sitting in a chair, not on the road somewhere. As far as news goes, DMD news. Last week, Zach Gilbert was laid to rest on this past Saturday. I was out there on Friday. I made a stop into the wake. I paid my respects to the family. So that was a sad time, but I was happy to be there and show up and meet the family and give some hugs and just say hello. And as far as Xavier's service goes, I found out that will be in September, I believe the 23rd. But as that gets a little closer, we'll let people know, anybody that's out there in California that would like to stop in and pay their respects. But I believe it's the 23rd. So Nicole, I'm sure will comment, but it's all good. Somebody asked how you approve. I don't know yet. I can see your comments and everything's good, but I don't know how you approve it. So that's something I'll have to go on my next one. This is totally new to me. So, I've been on the road for the last 8 days, 9 days. So I had a great trip. I went out to New Mexico to the Hokahei rendezvous. I planned just to rip out there and rip back. That changed in a hurry, and I ended up going to see Turbo. But before I did that, my tire took a dump. I guess I'm too hard on things. It didn't make it as far as I thought it would. So I had to get a tire in Utah. That was no problem. I went out to Cali, and then from Cali, I went to Indiana, from Indiana back to home. So put on like 6,500 miles, and I did it just in time because my bike took a shit on me yesterday coming home from a charity event in town here. So as soon as I pulled off of the highway, got on a country road, as soon as I turned off, it died right there. And I don't know what's going on with it, but anyhow, I won't bore you with the details of that. But it was a nice country road. I had my daughter with. We were in the shade. We were only 5 miles from home. Got a ride back easy, so it was really nothing, just a kind of an inconvenience. And I have a warranty on that bike. Then they might as well get to know me anyways, because I have a 6-year unlimited mile warranty. And being I have 29,000 miles on that bike in the first 6 months of actually riding it, I'm thinking they're gonna get to know me very well. So It's all good. Hopefully it's nothing, but whatever it is, I'm not sweating it. I'll use Pearl as long as I have to. I do have a funny story to tell you guys. I usually don't have like funny stories that I remember, but I do have a couple funny stories that just made me laugh while I was on the road. When I was in Utah or Arizona, I think it's actually Utah, but that road you're in and out of the states. But I was in the Navajo Nation, and I love the people down there. They're so friendly. I've made a post about that, but the Navajo people are super friendly, outgoing. They're just fun to talk to, and I love hanging out down there and bullshitting and finding out stuff. But I had a great time at a gas station. I had a beer with a guy, native down there, and we were just making small talk. And I said to the lady, it's really dry here. I can see you clearly don't get much rain. And I just had to laugh because the guy says to me, yeah, our people are terrible dancers. And I was talking to the girl, so I kind of like did a glance over and I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, our people are notoriously terrible dancers. Hundreds of years that we can't get anybody to do a rain dance. So that just struck me as funny as hell because, he went on and I told him, if I drink enough beer, I'll be doing a rain dance for you. And if I drink tequila, I'll be doing it naked in the street. So they were laughing and they said they were going to get some tequila, but we had a beer and parted ways. But I just thought that was funny. It caught me so off guard. And it went on a little bit longer than that. I can't remember the exact words, but he went on to tell me how they just, for hundreds of years, they can't dance. They don't have enough rhythm to make it rain. So I thought that was, pretty funny. And the other funny thing I had was I was out riding with Hopper in the canyons out in New Mexico, and we tend to tear it up a bit, and nobody wants to ride with us. Or if they do, they always want to leave. But I was telling Hop, my bike I just wasn't feeling it. And I thought it was a skill level thing, and I'm just not getting my jam back. So I was kind of working in the canyon a little bit. Well, the day I left, I realized I had dialed my rebound down on my bike. So I had been riding for the last 6,000 miles with my rebound at a 1, and I like to have that at like a 5 or 6, especially if I'm banging hard corners. So I took it for a little test ride, and I couldn't believe the difference. It was so nice. So I went to go through a canyon, and anybody that was in the Hokahay will know this canyon because there was road construction, which I love because they have a stoplight. Motorcycle goes up to the front, and then when it turns green, there's no cars in front of you. They're all gone, and you got the whole canyon to yourself, and it was a blast. So I was riding to the front. The other cars were already coming, so I was kind of close. I had to shimmy my way up, and I pulled up, and there was another bike there, and I got to the front of the line, and they came up alongside me and asked if I was going to, tear the canyon. He wanted to cut up the cars because he wanted to tear the canyon. And I said, yeah, I plan to rip it pretty good. And the the lead car was going to take us through the construction. He was already taken off. And the guy looked at my bike, which is all loaded down and packed for 2 weeks on the road. He says, you're going to build it, rip through this canyon like that? And his bike had nothing on it. He was just a Joe Blow for a Saturday rip. And I told him, well, you're about to find out. And I closed my shield. Well, the car went take off, and a guy took off in front of me thinking he's going to not want to wait and not want to wait for me and not get stuck behind me. Well, that lasted 2 corners. As soon as that car moved out of the way on the second corner, he was not the pace I wanted to try my suspension out at. And I passed him on the inside, went through that 14-mile canyon and got to the other end and waited for 10 minutes to talk to him, and he never showed up. So I kind of laughed, but I'm sure that guy is telling stories right now about the crazy dude on a fully loaded bagger grinding everything he's got, going around every corner. So it felt good to rip it and get back at it. So that was kind of fun. But I like to look on that guy's eyes when I passed him on the inside of that 90-degree hairpin corner. And he took it right in the middle of the lane, which gave me a perfect shot in the middle. So my bike was running good, and it was a lot better once I got that dialed in. So thought that was kind of funny. And the other funny story I had was I have an umbrella on my bike. If anybody didn't see the picture, it is a big umbrella with a middle finger like this. And a guy turned me onto it. I thought it was funny, so I bought it a while back. But I kind of forgot about it. And I was at the rest area sleeping, and it was cold and windy. So I took my umbrella out, propped it up to block the wind. And during the night, I had a couple cars stop, pause near me, and then for a little bit, and then they took off. I'm like, I didn't know what the hell they were looking at or what they were doing. So I kind of laughed, but in the morning I go to pack my stuff up and I noticed my umbrella. I should have brought it in here to show you, but it's kind of funny. But the whole umbrella's big hand flipping it off. So I'm sure every car that left that, I was at the very end of the rest area, so they had to go right by my bike to get out of there. So I'm sure they were all laughing at my umbrella. So that was my funny stories I had. They were funny to me anyhow. As far as monster news, right now, today is day one of the Iron Butt Rally. So there is a bunch of monsters competing in the Iron Butt Rally. I'm not going to go into every detail of the Iron Butt Rally, but I will tell you this. It is 11 days or 10 days, 11,000 miles. I think it's 11 days, 11,000 miles. It's different than the Hokahay, where we start out and everybody follows their trackers. We're all in the same line. That's not the case. They have things they have to hunt for and pound miles. So it's a little bit of strategy, a little bit of luck. You got to play the weather and everything else. But if you get a chance, go to the Iron Butt Association website. They got a great to watch their trackers. I get a kick out of it. So if you get a chance, want to check that out. We got a lot. And what was really cool is Go Home Ken was chosen to be the lead bike out of that event. So when he led, I don't know if there's 125, 130 bikes, maybe more. He was the lead bike, so that was pretty cool. And Rambler and Taekwon are also competing in that. The Crazy One-Eyed Biker, I believe Mark Nichols, L Train. If anybody else is doing it, you can throw in the comments if I'm missing anybody. But it's really cool. It's a cool event, and it's just different than the Hokahay, but mad crazy challenging. And anybody that does this in places anywhere near the top is mad crazy. But don't go wishing them any luck on Facebook or anything like that, because with the Iron Butt Rally, they cannot be on social media. So as Hopper found out a couple years ago when he clicked happy birthday to somebody and lost half his points or 25% of his points, which killed him for it, that's what happens. So if you go to wish Ken good luck or anything like that, man, they are on silent mode as far as social media goes. So that's why they're not answering you. They're not being dicks. They're just busy. The honor roll. Honor, she keeps on rolling. Day 169. She's out there killing it, spreading all kinds of awareness, getting people ready for our trip to Texas. The dealerships all know what we got going on that she's been to. She's been a great ambassador for our program. So I think that's really cool. And we thank you. Every time I do this, I want to give a shout out to her because she's so kick-ass. And someday I hope to be the biker that Honor is, and I can conquer something as challenging as riding a motorcycle every day for a year, because I think that's mad crazy. So Honor, we love you. You're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. Let's see. The big news here, the Monster 100. On Friday afternoon, we hit the $100,000 mark, which is an epic event to hit. So a landmark to hit. It was one of our goals to get to. So, man, mad props to every rider, everybody watching this, anybody sharing what we're doing, man. Thank you so much. It's really kick-ass, and it's really great to see that. And I'll get into a little more when we talk about Drew down here, but it's making our goals and making everything what we're at and having it hit makes it allow us to do so much more than we originally had planned when this ride first came about. So not only are we getting the van, we're getting the kids some cool stuff. We're putting on a great event in Sturgis, bringing 5 families to Sturgis, the hotels, the airfare, the rental cars, the fuel, whatever it takes for them to get there, so there's no money out of their pockets. So everything we're doing is just an incredible feat, and it's really something. At the end of this party, you're going to see what that means to these families. So I can't stress how absolutely just beyond epic that is. So I thank everybody for that. And Friday, when we hit the mark, Robert was the one who sent us over. I was waiting to see who put us over. He put us over by $1 with a $10 donation. So Robert, my hat's off to you. I got a little something for you. I'll just show that right now because I wanted to do something, and I went to have some stuff made, and it's super expensive to get one-off anything done. So what we did was went and purchased a coffee mug, not a maker, but to do things on them. But anyhow, this is for Robert. I'll be dropping this in the mail. So I think that's pretty cool. But this is the part that makes it just for him. Oops, it's backwards on my mirrored screen. So, Robert, this coffee mug is for you. I think it's really cool that we're making some mugs. We're going to have these as prizes, some one off things. I have some that I'll hit on right now while we're on the Monster 100. This is for Jessica and Mandy, who keep going above and beyond. One of them will get this mug. And if you can see it, I keep moving it the wrong way because it's mirrored. But this has the Monster 100 for Drew, but the background is tire tread. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then it says above and beyond. So that's one of them we have for Mandy and Jessica. This is the other one. This is kicking ass for Drew. And official Monster Miracle Worker. So trying to get the hang of these mug things. I think they're kind of cool. We're going to make some special ones to have at the end of the road and some prizes. I was playing around with it with my daughter. She's the one that turned me on to it because she's home. So I really like this too. If you see that, Mile Monsters Inc. Relax. We are all crazy. And that is a diamond plate. So how they do this stuff with these Cricut machines, I think is really, really awesome. So, we can do these and make one-off things relatively cheap. So I already had the silhouette machine that does all the cutting. So it was just the mug maker, that kind of thing. So it's pretty easy. But this is my first one I made. It's a little cockeyed down at the bottom. Didn't know what I was doing, but I got my number on there. So you're going to see some more coffee mugs. We're going to have those as some prizes, some gifts to people who go above and beyond. We're going to be working on that. So that's where they're coming from, my magic elf shop here in my office. When I'm not riding my motorcycle, I'm busy with crafts and stuff. And Gavin, of course, asked me what I was doing for crafts, and I had to tell him, so he laughed at me. I thought that was pretty good. So that was pretty cool. The Monster Bash, I posted the event on Facebook. We need to get a head count. That's why I wanted that. So if anybody plans to go, you're going, maybe, whatever, just so we can kind of get a general idea, I'd appreciate it. We don't need it today, anything like that, but by the 1st of August, I need it. So just to get an idea, it's up there. It's ready to go. All the details, and then we're going to have the exact details of the 11th. That will come out later. Exactly where we're going to meet, exact times, everything like that. That has the kind of the hit and miss things on it right now. So we're all good. And at that Monster Bash, we have something that we're going to do. That's what this is for. This is my little prop. See, this is a carry-on suitcase, which looks huge when I hold it out like that. That's like when you're fishing, you hold it up. But it's a regular carry-on suitcase. This we are going to have filled with gifts for the boys. So if anybody has anything they would like to add to this, even if it's a note, trinket, anything at all, anything and everything you want to give to the boys, you get it to me and it will be in this suitcase. This one will be labeled Drew, it'll be labeled Gavin, whatever, but we're going to have 5 of these suitcases with me. We have some ideas of what we're getting the boys from Mile Monsters, and this will be available to all of you. And I think I can show you this if you bear with me 1 second. I don't know how this works. If you want to know where to send it, look at that. Man, I'm just fancy. But that's where you send anything. Put it in a little box, a note, anything you want. If you don't want me to see it, open it. That's fine. It'll just go in the suitcase. So I think it's going to be a great thing for the kids. Everybody wants to send them things, but we want to have it so when they get there and they're in their hotel room, it's just magical. They all get a suitcase, and it's like Christmas, Easter, their birthday, all that rolled into one, and they're going to get a monster gift to open. So that is for anybody and everybody that wants to send something. So you can send it to me on my address there, because I'm all advanced and technical now. So pretty good. I'm pretty proud of myself. I got that to work. Anyhow, moving on. Let's see. The Monster Miles. It is about the dads, June. If anybody's interested in checking that out, bang it out. turn it in. I'll get the certs done. I was trying to do that today, but this kind of stuff, being all savvy here, got me a little behind. I did not get it done. So that's pretty cool. The Hero Program. We have a form for anybody interested. There was some confusion, so I just want to make sure everybody knows what we're doing and how we're doing it. We have a Hero Program. We have a form. If anybody knows somebody that is looking for the monsters to help them, if anybody's looking for any kind of connection with us, we have a form. We send it out. They send it back, and then we go from there. If somebody's looking for something, looking for us to do a fundraiser to help them out with something, that's all involved with that. And then we see if we can do it. If we have the time, if we have the resources, whatever. But the riders themselves are not responsible for coordinating anything that the monsters are going to do. So anything that gets done with Gavin is done directly through one of the head monsters. It's not anybody riding in Texas doesn't have anything to do with that. So if somebody asks them, they're going to be, at a loss anyway. So anyhow, I just want to be clear. It's nice and simple. We have a form. It's nice and easy. Our hero news, I want to start with Turbo Time. Tomorrow is Turbo's first show. You don't want to miss it. Please, I'm going to put something on tomorrow to remind everybody, but share that. Let everybody know that at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So that's 3 o'clock in my world, but 5 p.m. Pacific time. Is it 3 o'clock in my world? Yeah. No, 8 o'clock. I'm the other way. 8 o'clock in my world. I'm going to confuse myself. But 5 p.m. Pacific time. That's all you have to remember. 5 o'clock Turbo Time on Turbo Time is when he's having his show. So it's going to be a great show. He is so fired up, man. I had him today. We were going over some things about this very thing. So it's really awesome to have this. So he's get rid of that. He's super excited. It's going to be great. I got to be honest. When I started this Monster Monday this past winter, I had hoped that turn this over to him and he was going to do Monster Monday. But this has turned into something else, and we want Turbo just to start fresh with his own thing. And Turbo Time we thought was a good call, and Turbo's going to just kill it. So he's got a great personality. I told him just be yourself, and he's going to kick some ass. So please tomorrow tune in 5 o'clock. Let him tell you what's going on. He's working on his intro, and so it's really fun. So it's exciting to see him so excited to do this show. I think that's so badass, and it just tells you how much every one of you has affected that young man, because a couple years ago he would not get on my show, let alone have his own show. And that comes from all of you doing such great things with him. It's just awesome. So, man, I just got mad love for all you guys helping that kid out like that. And so his show will be tomorrow. I'm super excited. I'm going to be on there with him to get him rolling, but it is his show. He's in charge. He's going to be rocking it, and I wish him the best of luck. I was out there, as everybody knows, last week, so I did get to spend some time with him. He looked great. He was feeling good. He was in a good mood. He was in a better mood than his bird was, because his bird bit me like 15 times. But Gizmo's a little savage. Bites you 1 minute, hangs out with you the next. So that was awesome. But he was doing good, and it was really fun to see him. Elfie was in America last weekend, or 2 weekends ago now, when I went to New Mexico. So I missed him and Jack. I was bummed about that. I've already talked about that. But he feels great after his treatments. He had the treatments. He felt good. He was even out playing some soccer, football in their world, but their crazy sport of soccer. And he is a finalist for the Spirit of Northern Ireland Award. And that award is going to be given out on Friday, the 30th of June. So, man, good luck, Elfie. I hope you pull it out. But just to be a finalist is badass. I hope you just take it that next step and are awarded that. So that's really cool. So you have the spirit of Northern Ireland for sure, man. And everything you say and everything you do, I can't imagine anybody being any cooler than you. So good luck to you. Let's see. Drew is busy because they are van shopping. So how cool is that? If I had my applause card, I'd hold that up with the applause right now. So applause. That's really cool. They are looking for a van. They're checking some things out. I did not realize how many options are on handicap vans. You know, I see handicap vans all the time. They're using these hero haulers. I don't pay any attention to it. The ramp comes out, kid pops out. That's it. But there's a lot: rear entry, side entry, ramps that disappear, ramps that fold up. If the ramp folds up, do you fold it up? Is it power fold up? What's better in the snow? What's better in the sand? What's better in the mud? I have no goddamn idea. So Steve is doing that. And when he's done, he's going to get it narrowed down. And then we are going to go shopping. So I'm really looking forward to going shopping with the Gunthers and securing that van. And when we do that, we will have a really cool live video of it. Probably won't be for another month or so, but we're still working out some details. But they're shopping, and that's really cool because that has to feel good when you're in such need of something to shop for it, knowing that it's coming. So to the Gunthers, enjoy the shopping, enjoy the looking around, and know that van is coming. So it's really going to be cool. Little Jack Hammer there. He came to America, like I said. He got his treatments. He was feeling good. I'm trying to get him on. I couldn't coordinate it yet, but he's going to be our guest next Monday for Monster Monday. So, Jack, if you're watching this or if you see this tomorrow when you wake up, you're going to be our guest. He doesn't know it yet, but he's going to be on next Monday. Gavin, little Gavin down Texas. He is getting ready for his tour of Texas. We are getting all of the things ordered. Everything is in line, falling into place. Hopper's been working on the map with Jason, and I've been kind of looking at it. That's been the extent of my involvement, but they're mapping it out. It's going great. So we're going to hit 34 dealerships in Texas starting on July 15th, 3,500 miles, 34 dealerships in 8 days. So Hopper came up with a great map that allows us to get to these places and not have crazy days that you're going to be dying in the sun. So I think we're going to have Gavin set up pretty good, and we're going to take him on our first trip. And this is the first time a hero has ever accompanied the monsters when they do epic shit. So this is really cool. I don't know if it's ever happening with a DMD boy doing anything like this ever. I know there's been a lot of sidecar rides to dealerships, crap like that, but never an epic adventure where we're doing crazy shit like this. So it's really, really something to see. So when it's all done, we'll have a great video. We're going to have it turned into a documentary. So get ready for that. It's really going to be something. But he's doing well, and he's really doing good. His therapy and how he's feeling. So it's just awesome because that's all hit and miss. So we're really excited about him going in there. I see some people got some Go Gavin, Buffy. Gavin spells it with an E. So it's E-N. So Gavin is E-N. My Gavin is I-N. So talk about confusing for me. I have a Gavin. It's I-N. And then he's E-N. And I tell you what, whenever I'm texting either one, I just like mad crazy trying to keep it in line. So it is E-N, just so everybody knows. Let's see. What do we got here? Ethan is going down to Dallas next week to a DMD clinic, and he's going to be speaking at it. So that's pretty cool that you get up in front of people and actually speak. That's pretty awesome. Next big thing, we have 4th of July. So 4th of July is right around the corner. Everybody knows what 4th of July is all about. I'm actually having a party at my house on the 3rd of July because that is my wife's birthday. So we're going to have a little party. I didn't ask her about having a party. I just planned it, and we're having a party. That marks 1 year since I took my cartwheel and tumble through the rocks. And so we're having a party, and we're going to celebrate her birthday because last year I felt so bad that I made her birthday so crappy. So this year I am not riding a motorcycle on July 3rd at all. I don't even plan to leave the house. I'm going to tiptoe around and maybe wrap myself in bubble wrap in case I trip because I'm kind of clumsy. So that's what I'll be doing. If you're in the hood, you know where I live. I had my address up there. And it was funny because I did make a Facebook thing, and I was inviting some people. And some of my long distance riding friends, I did invite them, and I'm like, I'm sure they have plans for 4th of July, but some of these people are crazy. And It might be 1,000 miles from their house, but they might be in the neighborhood. So I'm going to throw it out there so they know it's there. So that's why if you're one of those people that I invite you, because I have no idea what you're doing, but you are crazy enough to ride a motorcycle to Jersey. So it's really cool. And then we're getting ready for the Goats Tour. Like I said, that Goats Tour is kicking off. We're ordering a bunch of stuff for it. It's really going to be an epic event, man. I can't even stress how cool that's going to be. And this is the first time in Monster history we've ever done an event while an event is going on. So we're doing the Goats Texas Tour in the middle of the Monster 100. So it's just crazy how that's working out and to attempt that. But if you're not going to go big, then go home. So we want to do it, and we didn't want to do it after Sturgis. So that's why we're doing it in the middle. That's why my ride was early. Hopper got his in. He's doing the 100 at the end. Give us a little chance to get back home and regroup. So it's really exciting times. And these boys are excited for the stuff we got going on. Gavin is fired up like I get for Christmas when I was a kid, or like how I get when the Hokahei is coming. He is fired up. He is geared up. He is ready to go. If I told him we moved up plans and we're leaving tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, he would be standing outside at 7:30 with his shit on and ready to go. So that's how excited he is. Turbo is super excited to do his show tomorrow. So, man, I tell you what, just it warms my heart to see these boys so excited for all of the crap that all of you provide for them. So that's really badass. Our monster plan, we are planning things for next year already. So if anybody has anything that they want to contribute to next year, fill me in on that. We have our rides dialed in, what we're going to do next year. So that is already kind of in the planning stage, but we have a couple little things that we're filling in as well. And the calendars will be getting worked on this fall, but right now we're dialing in the hard dates of events. And our next series events we'll be announcing at the Monster 100 party. So everybody will get to see that, and it will be really cool. And let's see, I was just skimming through. I could actually see the thing, and everybody got approved pretty good, so that was cool. But I do see my spine center commented on here, so they're watching. And whoever it is that's watching, because it just says a spine center, but I know them all. I need an appointment for Wednesday, so I got to call tomorrow. If I forget to call, will you put me in and just text me what time, and I'll be there. Anyhow, I haven't been home long enough to get an appointment, and then the last appointment I had, I missed. So I guess I owe somebody a bottle of wine too. So that's that. But I need to come in and get adjusted and be feeling good. I just rode 6,500 miles, and I felt great. Wore my helmet the entire time. That's the first time in at least 10 years that I've wore a helmet for that amount of time and never took it off, strapped it to my bike, hung it. I mean, I can't even tell you. I can't even remember the last time I rode a bike with a legit helmet on the entire trip. So it feels so good. So again, man, I'll give them another shout out, man. The Spine Center in Flemington. If you are local to my hood or even willing to travel to it, man, they do wonders there. That team fixes you up and takes an old beat up construction working biker like me and has me feeling young and ready again. Like, they had me feeling so good. I'm like, man, we got to get into tough man competition and start throwing down again. So maybe a couple more rounds, another 6 months of treatments, you'll see me get my ass kicked by some young kid while I get in a ring. So see what happens. I'll do a fundraiser, but I do have a fundraiser planned for next winter. You're not going to want to miss. And I'm definitely going to need a spine center when that one is done. So stay tuned for that. But that's all I have. One more reminder, Turbo Time tomorrow, Tuesday, the 20th, 5 p.m. on Turbo's time. That's Pacific time, 5 p.m. Give Turbo some props, give him some comments, make him feel good. This is epic shit that he is willing to put himself out there. It's not easy sitting here and talking when you can't have a conversation with somebody. It's much harder than people think, and I give him mad props for being man enough to have the want and to actually do it. Sit there and throw yourself out, knowing how the world of YouTube and Facebook is with the savages that throw comments out there. He is still willing to put his ass on the line and risk it. So that's the kind of epic shit I'm all about. So with that, I'm going to stop babbling and sign off. And I'm glad this StreamYard works. And to all of you, I can't thank you enough. Keep promoting the Monster 100 because it's going to really do some epic shit for these kids. Peace.